Sorry, guys. I was stretching.
Don Fettuccine. You come to me on the day of the double day experience.
And you
asked and you asked me to listen to another podcast
that I cannot do.
on the day of my furry daughter's wedding.
I'm asking for justice.
Oh, hold up. I gotta fucking my mic. What is wrong with... it's all not set up. Hello, I'm gonna scooch that up just a little bit. And there we go. Evening, afternoon, everybody, whatever it is on the planet you come from. Welcome to the Double D Experience. Sometimes funny, sometimes serious, always off the cuff. I'm your host. I'm David. Here's the other host.
I'm
Denise.
done. I am Don Fettuccine.
Don Fettuccine.
I'm gonna make him a podcast. I'm gonna make him.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was gonna say the head of the Secret Six family.
Hey, don't interrupt me. We're going to make him a podcast they can't refuse.
It's about two fucking idiots just talking about nothing because they don't know shit.
And you're gonna like it.
And if you don't,
well, then you'll be sleeping with the fishes.
Oh, it was just, I randomly came in and, like, read Dennis's name, and I started doing a Godfather thing. And then he told me that, like, him and his girl have been, like, memeing about the Godfather recently. Of all things.
I also unironically love that movie. Yeah. I'm actually thinking of maybe making a movie night out of it with myself, maybe tonight. But yeah, I love. I don't know. It's just like one of those movies that, like, anytime that I've always felt a little kind of. I guess I wouldn't say I'm like I have watched it when I've been depressed, but like I've also watched it a lot of times whenever like I've always just kind of felt like I just kind of wanted to get out of my own head for a little bit. And it's like one of those movies every time I watch, I'm just kind of like, I like literally forget about whatever the fuck I was worrying about, and I just like focus on the movie because like
immerse me, yeah, like it immerses you, yeah.
Like I love that movie, and
that's amazing.
And I know for a lot of people, like, you know, everyone knows that there's 3 Godfather movies, and
yeah,
a lot of people also know that.
Unfortunately, no, the third one's not that bad, but it's just like compared to the first 2, it's like fuck.
Yeah, and not to mention like. I watched the re-edited version. I don't know if Coppola's still alive, but like it's called like the Coda, which is basically like an edited version of Godfather 3. And I have to say, it did make the movie better. There's still things about it that just inherently hold it back from being like an instant classic. Although at the same time, by the end of it, I always just feel like real depressed because Michael straight up dies. Like
he just like drops, bro. Like spoilers for the Godfather. Sorry. Like, yeah, but like honestly, the first one is amazing. Seeing the character development and everything. I wish I personally could bang 2 cocktail waitresses at a time.
2 at a time.
We can't all have the swag of Fredo
and prevent people from getting their drinks. Yeah, it's just like.
Well, speaking of both things, my friend, you want talking about the day of my daughter's wedding. I got some shit to say. I was at a wedding.
How was that, my friend?
Wonderful. Better than I thought it could have been. First of all, I dressed like a pimp. Not literally, but, you know, I got to dress up in, like, my blazer and shit, which was nice. I looked all schmexy. And
nice.
I got to see, it was my boy from college. It was pretty much one of my best friends back at Bergen, actually. My buddy from the choir. Like, he joined the choir with me after, like, we took this vocal class together. He's marrying his girlfriend of, like, God knows how long they've been together. And they fucking deserve the shit out of each other. He was very nervous, I could tell. I cried like a bitch. I watched my boy get married. It was awesome. I got to see another friend I haven't seen in, like, 6 years that was with me in the choir. Hung out with him and his date and this other girl that didn't really know, anybody. And... oh, fuck, man. This girl, I had to drive myself home, and she didn't even know me. I didn't take her there. She was trying to get me fucked up. I was like, no. First of all, I'm not too much of, like, a hard liquor guy anyway.
Yeah.
For the sole reason that I make a living with my voice. It's not like in hard liquors, like alcohol in general, it like dries the throat a little bit, but it typically really depends on the type of drink. Hard liquor specifically is not good for your throat, so I typically stray away from it just because, like, you know, my voice will ache a little bit after I do a long recording session of anything, whether it's a commercial voiceover or a character one, or if I'm commentating more frequently, stuff like that, or, you know, some shitty podcast, stuff like that. And it's like, so
with a shitty co-host.
And I can't get fucked up on beer, man. That goes straight to your stomach. If there's anything I was reminded of on Sunday, among other things, is to not drink too much beer at a wedding or like a place where you're dancing that much. That shit goes straight to the belly. But
they had beer at the wedding?
Yeah, they have open bars. They have everything there. You can ask, like, hey, let me get a dirty Sanchez, you know, whatever the fuck that is, and they'll make it for you, dude. Like,
I'd be probably knocking back Guinness, but then
they didn't have any. Guinness is my drink of choice. They didn't fucking have Guinness. I was tight. I was really tight. I'm not gonna lie. They didn't have Blue Moon either, which is like my favorite like normie beer.
Is it like Pussy Light kind of beer?
Blue Moon is like, kinda, yeah.
And that's not to say anyone's a pussy for drinking it. It's just like literally, like, you know, if you had Guinness, everything else kind of after that, like below that, is just kind of like, you know, kind of mild compared to it. So like,
it's coffee beer is what Guinness is if you've never had it. Very creamy compared to other beers, a natural creaminess and frothiness because it's a nitrogenated beverage most of the time, and it's very bitter. Sort of like if you like coffee, you will love that beer, and I love coffee, so like Guinness is like my favorite beer. So and I don't drink IPAs because I don't hate myself. So yeah, and I don't insist that something is good just because I poured a bunch of, you know, basically liquid fermented weed in it and insist that somehow makes me a mixologist. Whatever. But the point is, you like what you like. Point is, like, we played this little game, you know, like the MC like stops everything and like he had us play this game. You know how like at weddings like the MC will like play games with like the crowd and stuff? Yeah. He had us passing items around the table, right? So, like, one item got stopped on one person. It's like, you're the designated dancer of the table. And another one for another person. It's like, you have to get everybody their drinks at the table. And then the last one was the worst. Like, whoever the dollar stops on, you gotta come out to the floor. It's like, you gotta come out to the dance floor. Guess who got the dollar, Dennis? It was your boy.
How bad was it?
It was actually fuego, right? Like, I got like one person from every table, right?
Okay.
And this actually correlates with the picture I sent you in Discord. And he had like everybody like for 4 seconds show us your best moves. And what was it playing at the time? Sexy and I Know It, I think, is what it was doing. It was playing Sexy and I Know It. So when my turn came around, I jumped out to the floor, and as soon as I was lucky, my turn came around like as the beat was dropping. So as soon as that beat dropped, I started swerving on each and every hoe present with the swiftness and grace of a golden geese god. Right? I started shimmying and a shaking. I did that thing where, like, what is the move? Like, I don't think it was the Dougie. Whatever the move was where you lean all the way back and you just, like, shake. Oh, it was the wapple. The wapple. Wapple, baby. Wapple, baby. I started doing that. Like, just the one where, like, you lean back and stuff and swerving my arms around. And everybody was like, oh. And it was dope. And as a result, I won this Disney-themed, it'll pull up on screen right now, unless you're on Spotify, which whatever, just...
Use your imagination.
Use your imagination. The only benefit to listening to us on YouTube instead. I won this Zootopia centerpiece. This was the centerpiece at my table. It was a Disney-themed wedding because they are fucking nerds. Like, normie nerds in that sense. Like, they both love, they both love Disney. And, you know, Disney music makes you cry like a bitch. It was beautiful. I'm not gonna lie.
Some songs do. Some songs do. Yeah.
And have you ever heard the wind cry?
It's kind of fucked up because one of my favorite Disney songs is the song that the colonists sing in Pocahontas right before they're about to go fight the Indians.
That would be your fucking favorite.
It's not a bad song, and I sing along with it all the time. And it's like I don't know, maybe I'm just a little fucked up. But
bro, you ever think before like when the movie came around, like at like Nazi camps or whatever, right? They sang like their own like version of some Disney songs, like to try to just like spin it off because of how like Disney represented America, like how they were afraid of like Mickey Mouse. Like, let's get down to business to defeat the Jews.
I'm even thinking. I don't know if this song was from
You
Disney.
must be swift as the raging blitzkrieg.
Wait, hold on, wait.
Mysterious as
Wait,
the
hold
dark
on.
side of the Jew.
Wait. Is this song that I'm about to sing right now? Is this from Disney? It's like, oh, the hills are alive. Like,
That's
is
the
that,
sound. No, Sound of Music.
That's
Which-
Sound of Music.
Disney might. Oh, was that? I don't think it was a Disney movie.
It sounds like it might have been. You know,
I don't think it was, but it very well could be.
it sounds like it would be in a Disney film.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
the Sound of
The
Music.
hills are alive.
Nope.
Yeah, I figured it wasn't.
But
Yeah, that was, Julie Andrews fucking feel bad because she lost her voice as she aged. I think like through nodules or something like that. She had an amazing fucking voice. She was
She's
an
the lead
incredible
singer. Yeah,
yes, she's the lead in that movie. Yes, Julie Andrews.
holy fuck.
God bless her soul. And so I won this with the swiftness of a golden geese god, right? So I already got dragged out on the floor. You know, everybody's looking at me and shit. It's like, oh fuck, that's. Some people are really shy, and he told us, you know, you guys weren't shy. You really sold it. It was dope, and like I was high fiving with the MC and stuff. And this comes in, right? The reason I'm talking about this isn't necessarily to gas myself up, right? It's 'cause
A little bit is. It's a little
No,
bit.
no, it's not. I swear.
Come on.
No, it's not. I swear, because normally that only
You're stroking your dick a little bit. You're stroking your dick a little bit, right?
normally that only happens. I did that before this. Normally that only happens to somebody once per wedding, right? Like, oh, this is funny, great story. I got dragged out on the floor. No, I got dragged out on the fucking dance floor again, and not by the girls that we were with, or the people that we were with, basically. And not just girls. I danced with my boy. It was hype. I hadn't seen him in like 6 years.
Right.
You ever see a friend you haven't seen in 6 years, and you just like start acting weird around each other, like fucking nothing has changed? That's
Dude,
what
like,
happened.
that's the best. Like, no cap, really.
No fucking cap.
Yeah.
That's how you know you just vibe with someone that hard. And so I got dragged down to the floor again because, like, you know, they did the bouquet for like all like the single ladies there, as is tradition with like every wedding. And then they do the same thing, right, at weddings. If you've never been to a wedding or if you've never done this at a certain weddings that you're at, they do the same thing for the guys but with a garter. What a garter is, for anybody who doesn't know, it's a little
was
thing
about to
that
ask
like
that.
women like. You put up their legs to like hold up their like pantyhose or their underwear. I don't think most women wear them anymore. It's like sort of an old-fashioned thing, but like
Sounds like it, yeah.
it's a tradition at weddings, right? For the groom, the whatchamacallit, they do this in front of everybody, by the way, which is like sort of like the sort of sexual part about it. Is that the bride hides it somewhere inside of her dress, and the groom has to find it.
Okay, this is starting to sound familiar. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what they do at weddings, and like
Alright,
the groom and everybody's like watching them, and like they're putting on a spectacle
Yeah.
about it because it's just like, oh, like they're newlyweds and stuff, and
It's like
so.
it's like a striptease, ain't it? Like
No,
for the
they
whole
don't
fuck-
they don't like reveal anything of the
Some of
bride
them,
that much besides like
but
her
some of
leg.
them could take it could take it. a
Well,
little
here's the
overboard, though.
thing, Dennis. He found it, right? And so what they do is that they also throw the garter, right? And all like the all the single dudes, because like all the single dudes come out to the floor, and like me and my boy went up, right? And they threw it. The guys in front of me dropped it, and it literally landed right next to me. So I'm like, all right, I'll pick it up. And then when I picked it up, everybody's like, oh fuck, that guy again. And, like, and they all started like memeing and like bowing to me, and I just put my arms around like, yes, I have done it. I have picked it up. I didn't know what it meant though. It meant bad things, Dennis. It meant very bad things will happen if you say that word. Like that, basically. Pops, you can't say that word. Yeah.
Why?
Don't stop. Because Pops would say it. He's from that fucking time.
Yeah, that's true. I watched that video and I was like, you know, this could be canon if it wanted to be. Like,
Exactly.
and like they could make a whole episode about it, and
That's
just like,
fucking reaction too. It was perfect. What the fuck, Pops? All right, Pops said the N-word. You know who else says the N-word? My mom. Anyway, at Coffee Garden, right? And so what happens is that the tradition, another tradition at weddings, the guy who catches the garter has to put the garter up the leg of the girl who caught the bouquet. Most of the time they don't even know each other. Yeah, most of the time like they don't even know each other, which makes it very fun and awkward. So here's the thing, I was blindfolded, right?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And so I'm putting it up the leg.
Yeah.
This particular leg.
Yeah.
It's pretty hairy. Pretty fucking hairy. And so eventually I get it all the way up there.
Yeah. How far did you have to put it up?
My blindfold is removed. And it was the groom. I was bamboozled. I was Speckledorf. I put a garter up my boy's leg. No.
So wait, did he have like his trousers? Like he had his pants off, like
lifted up? Yeah, he had like his. It was
God.
his bare fucking leg, dude, in front of everybody.
That's awesome.
Yeah. No, but here's the thing: they normally don't tell you, or they're like they're careful because they don't know who they're gonna do it to. But the MC is like, all right, I can tell what kind of guy you are. I can tell like you're like cool with this. You're a good sport. I'm gonna tell you what's that. This is the groom right now. Just sell it. He's like, just sell it after. Like, just sell it. Like, pretend you're surprised and stuff. And I'm like, word. So, like, we just put on a show. He was, like, telling me to, like, put on a show. So I'm like, oh, no, it was him? Oh, crazy. And then I, like, started, like, throwing hands at the MC. And it was funny. No, but it wasn't just that. It was funny prank. And, like, they told me about it because I was a good sport. But then the real thing came around. And it was time for me to actually, like, put it up this girl's leg. And this is where, like... This is where it got kind of real, right? Because like she sat down, you know, like revealed her legs. I'm not blindfolded this time.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So then like the people cheer you on, or like the MC cheers you on, and the music is going like always, and like I'm putting it up her leg, right? I'm just like rubbing it all the way up the leg. The thighs are slowly getting thicker as you go up, as it is with those things. But here's the thing. No one exactly ever told me to stop. This girl was like shy about it at first, but then like as soon as she saw me, like she wasn't telling me to stop. The MC wasn't telling me to stop, and Dennis, I was already riding pretty high. I'm gonna be real with you, like I was approaching.
You were at the gates of the Garden of Eden, huh?
Yeah. Pretty much. I was like hesitant because I knew the girl was like a little shy too, and like in my head I'm like, should I stop? I'm like, and then I literally just kept going, and I got it like literally all the way up there, and I knew I had gone too far, right? When I reached up, and she just like she like jolted. Right? And it basically just rode a little bit high up there, and just like it was in the great Legend of Game Grumps, I was just doing my thing in front of everybody, and whoops, there's vagina. Yeah. And that was when the MC called it. That was when he called it, dude. It was,
my lord.
I'm not gonna lie, though. After, like, you know, however long I've been alone, first of all, being at, like, the first maskless wedding, they lucked the fuck out, dude. The mask mandate ended, like, literally a couple of days before their fucking wedding. So it was amazing. Like, we walked in, and it literally just felt like yesterday. You know, it had been so long since you'd been in a setting like this, but it just felt so normal. You know, like, seeing everybody without their masks and stuff, and dancing with each other, having fun. And, yeah, so... Another thing for me personally, since I was healing from a breakup throughout most of quarantine, as well as the fact that I couldn't rebound with nobody because of the virus, I had forgotten how nice a woman's leg feels. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I rode pretty high up there, and I was like, whoops, there's vagina. And which she didn't mind. Like, she was like, when she gasped, it wasn't like a bad kind of gasp. She was like, oh my. Like that, babe. Like that, pretty much. Like, she was into it. Okay. And, it was like, wow, that feels nice. I forgot that people exist, that women exist outside of like my little screen bubble, you know, because I've been forced to live the incel life because of quarantine. You know what I mean? And it's like, you think about like the fact that there are real women in the world, like during normal times, and people who are just so scared of the opposite sex and stuff that they choose to be like that, where it's to the point where you forget what like a woman actually feels like how graceful their presence feels, how like warm their bodies are, how nice they smell, all that stuff. And like I did that, and I was like, wow. You know, I forgot about this.
I need to get laid.
Pretty much, yeah. It was really... No, it was nice. It, like, literally reminded me of, like... The whole wedding reminded me there was a fucking world outside of my house. It was amazing, man. Like, honestly, like... And I had no problem. Like, you know, I'm a good sport. I'll do this stuff being in front of people. There, like, a couple of years ago, I would have been, like... would have been a nightmare to be that guy that get dragged up in front of everybody. Now I don't give a fuck. I'll be happy to do it. Like, just put me out there. People will watch, have a good time. You know? I got hotter as I aged. So,
And you've been working out,
usually
too.
usually very short women are, I guess, a little bit more okay with me shoving girders up their cornhole.
Well, I mean, you passed her 6 feet.
Well, not
apart.
cornhole, that's the booty hole. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Up their hooter snatch.
Yeah, their tuna sandwich.
their oyster shop.
The clam.
Clams. So it was. I not gonna lie, for me, it was a very eventful fucking wedding. Put a garter up my boy's leg. Put a garter up some random woman's leg. Won a centerpiece in a little dance-off contest. Got to see a friend I haven't seen in like 6 years. It was all wonderful. Got to see my boy get married. The whole thing just reminded me of that there is a life outside of this house, and that was crucial for me. So I'm grateful for it. It was a wonderful wedding. And Sean and Marissa, I wish you two more than anything, the lifetime of happiness that you two deserve together. You guys were made for each other, and I hope you guys fall in love with each other again every single day. You got a problem with that? You're waiting for the slow clap. Usually with you, I just assume the silence means I said something problematic in your eyes.
David, I'm the one that says the problematic shit.
What?
Me. I'm the one that says that shit.
I said. Like, Pops just doesn't even know.
Like, I just say the N-word one day on the show, and you're like, Dennis, you can't say the N-word on the podcast.
I would do the skips thing. I would do the skips thing, bro. I'd be like, Dennis, you can't say that word. If you say that word, terrible things will happen.
And then I'll just be like, I just did.
No.
I just said it. Like, I'm not taking it back.
I would cancel you.
All right, fine. Then I'll branch off and make my own shitty podcast.
Oh, yeah,
and no one will listen to it.
Well, what's your shitty podcast going to be about, huh, mister?
The
racism?
Yeah. Racism and why everyone should at least practice a healthy dose of racism every day in their life. Maybe 1 or 2 N-words every now and then, just like, don't go crazy,
My God.
But in all seriousness,
you're a very risque man, Dennis. You're a very risque man. Don Fettuccine.
I keep stretching.
Don Fettuccine.
We got the 5 families of New York: Don Ravioli, Don Fettuccine, Don Linguine, Don Tortellini, and Don Cannoli. He's a fat one, Don Cannoli. You'd imagine why.
Don't forget the secret 6 one, Don Linguini Weenie.
I already said Linguini.
I said Linguini Weenie.
Yeah, he's this bastard brother. I don't know. Some
he's not,
cousin.
Not 100% Italian, so he can't be made.
Like,
he can never get made, but he's just
like
here.
Thrice removed, whatever. He's an Irish fuck. Like, we don't know. He likes potatoes more than, tomato sauce. I don't fucking know.
He's partial to the gnocchi dishes.
He puts tomato sauce on potatoes. Who the fuck does that?
Italians, actually.
Do they really put tomato sauce on
potatoes?
On potatoes? That's a dish?
Gnocchi pasta. It's a
type of gnocchi. Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know that. You know gnocchi because that's a pasta that's like made of little potato dumplings, basically, like little potato wheat. You put tomato sauce on that if you want. So Italians do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, they also
they would have killed you They would have killed you for not knowing that.
Yeah, they also swear revenge on you and say that they'll kill you, like no matter how long it will take.
It depends on who you ask.
I always found that weird that for a long time, like at least a long time ago, Italians had like this really pretty like you could definitely say it's a negative stereotype about like how they have like vendettas and like they swear revenge on like people and like they make good on that promise of revenge, like considering how much of basically a crazy place like Sicily and even other parts of Italy was back in the day, like way back when, like not like before basically all of them started to come in through Ellis Island. Like it was so bad over there that even like police was even more useless over there than police is over here.
Right.
Like they literally just couldn't do anything because of how bad it was.
Yeah.
And then this like everyone knows like the Italian like sort of stereotypes, like everyone fucking knows them, and like I even remember hearing like how a lot of mob movies kind of help propel those stereotypes forward, even though like a lot of those movies like people a lot of people truly believe, like, you know, when they watch like Goodfellas and fucking even Godfather and a few others, like, think it's like, this is like how Italians are, and I'm like,
which makes me think, was that even Scorsese's intention, or like Coppola's
no, not at all.
intention, right?
No,
like I feel like
all.
that's the opposite, you know?
Yeah, but like people like literally eat up shit whenever they watch it, and it also
believe,
helps,
like, you know, the full perspective of Italians is like Jersey fucking Shore, you know, like people are stupid, you know,
or Sopranos,
or Sopranos, yeah,
which I actually finished, believe it or not, yesterday, and
wow,
and I wanted to. There's a lot of places that I've seen in that show that I really want to go, and apparently a lot of places have also cashed in on the whole Soprano craze. Because I think the place that they filmed the finale, I think it was called Holston's. It's like a bit of a confectionery kind of dessert place up in Montclair. They actually have like this whole section of their restaurant where it's like all these Soprano sort of apparel. It's like got
that's
shirts.
sick.
Yeah, it's like got shirts. Like this is where the finale was, like, you know, what do you call it? Filmed. You know, James Gandolfini, like, you know, sat over there. Like, you know, it's like they just cashed in on it, and I'm like,
rest in peace, by the way.
Yeah, rest in peace for sure.
Pour one out for that man.
I still miss him. Every time I watch Soprano clips like on a whim nowadays.
Right.
I just like put one on like as background noise just because like how much like I love the show, and like almost every bit of that show, like I just love watching. Like, and even rewatching too. It's just like so replayable for me.
I should introduce you to my old boss.
Oh, is he like? Did he work on the show, or like?
She is personal friends with Michael Imperioli.
Oh fuck!
And
all right,
who's the other dude on that show? The guy whose face looks like it's inside of itself.
Was it Tony Sirico?
Yeah, she interviewed pretty much all like most of like the living cast members of that show, because she this is the one I told you about a couple months ago, the one with the podcast, Really Famous Podcast, where she like interviews celebrities and stuff, and like more like real person interviews, not like, oh my god, who are you fucking, like that kind of stuff. And no, she's had Michael Imperioli on the show like I don't even know how many times at this point. So I should hit you up for those podcasts. Like, just see if you want to listen to those, like, so you can learn more about them and stuff, like, in that sort of way, because
fuck yeah.
Yeah, for sure, because other than that, her audience is mostly women. I very much doubt, like, she would, I very much doubt, like, our literally 95% male audience would be interested in that, like, not the same analytics and whatnot, but, no, for sure. This is the same woman that, you remember, like, a couple podcasts, it was more than a couple ago at this point, where we talked about Yeardley Smith, the voice actress of Lisa on The Simpsons.
Yeah.
And we talked about, like, you know, like how like she wanted to really just be an on-screen actress, but never really got those opportunities and was pretty much just typecast as Lisa forever. This is the woman. This is the one who interviewed her, and that's where I heard that from originally.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was an intern for her right when I graduated college for a little bit. Just tried to hook her up with some like sponsors and stuff. I was terrible at it. Didn't know what I was doing, and it was also unpaid. So it never really became too much of it. If I'm being honest, it kind of just fizzled. But yeah, pretty much most of 2019 for me was just my then girlfriend at the time and casting Smash tournaments. So the times change, I suppose. And speaking of times changing, today is officially Pretend Companies Give a Shit About Gay People Day. Month. Yeah. Oh my god, we're so progressive. Buy our brand new.
We love gays. We love them so much.
Buy our brand new LGBT condoms.
It's like they're selling flags of, like, you know, pride flags, but like their company logo on the middle of the fucking pride flag. It's like, Jesus Christ, my guy.
Oh wow, you care so much. If you're gonna care, at least take it on the other end of the spectrum and care as hard as like Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is so passionate about fucking hating gay people that they donate like a lot of their proceeds to like all these foreign countries like Uganda that executes people for being gay. Chick-fil-A has a direct line of money to there. They actually care about their cause. Unlike you, fucking, like Twitch or Elgato or whatever other, fucking shitty brands, Logitech, that suddenly fly. Day one, Dennis. Day one, they were already posting that shit, and I saw that shit on my feed. Shut the fuck up. If it was like something like 10, 20 years prior, holy shit, you would be piss fucking scared to have anything rainbow on your brands, you fucking like cuck poser ass. I want money looking having bitches, Mr. Krabs looking motherfuckers. You are fake as fuck, and put your fucking money where your mouth is. Donate most of the proceeds of those donate all the proceeds of those particular products to fucking actual like LGBTQ plus organizations instead of just being like, see, gay people are kind of cool. I guess
care.
My second nephew,
I guess.
My second nephew, like twice removed, is. I think he's bi. Maybe, I don't know. He's thinking about it. And...
I gotta ask. If you had a son, right? Would you rather?
And he was gay. I'd take him out by the river, 2 in the dome. No, of course, I'm kidding.
What
Jesus
was that?
Christ.
What was that fucking book?
Of Mice and Men.
Of Mice. Yeah, it's like I'm just imagining that.
Like I started telling him about the rabbits.
Yeah.
Cause ain't no fucking son of mine gonna be gay.
Just keep looking at the river.
Just keep looking. Look at your reflection, you gay fuck. No, of course. If that I know that wasn't your question. I would love my son even more than I would ever love him before.
I have to say though, like, if I would rather him be. I don't know. It's like.
Is there a tier list of LGBTQ?
No. I guess I don't know. Like it's kind of weird for me to actually like put this like into words. But
what if it comes to you? Oh, no, go ahead. Sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
He's like standing over my bed, just jerking up to me. Oh God. Oh.
No. What if
No, stop. Okay, we're not gonna continue this now.
Okay, go.
I don't even have a son yet, but
Not that you know of. You've been
actually no, David. You'd be pretty surprised. I have not been with that many women.
Neither have I. I've been with like a fair amount.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I mean, I never used a condom with my ex-girlfriend. Literally one fucking time, and we didn't use any control either. She just like didn't really care. Yet very much did not want to get pregnant. But your boy's pull-out game is just too strong. So
still kind of playing with fire there.
Oh, I'm aware. Oh, trust me, I have a very funny story regarding that.
Did you have like a pregnancy scare? Like...
No, we didn't have a pregnancy scare, but I did come very, very close to nutting in her unexpectedly once. And the reason that happened,
yeah,
is because my ex-girlfriend, at the very least, when we broke up, she said she thought she was a lesbian and stuff, and she was basically like very, like experiencing new parts of her sexuality when we were together and stuff. Because, I've told you all about like that story and whatnot and all the stuff that happened between me and her and this other girl. And so one time we're in the sack from the back, hitting the G-spot over and over. And she literally, this is probably like, I was actually going to tell this on a later podcast if we were ever telling stories about some of our greatest nuts. But I guess I'll just tell it again whenever that conversation inevitably comes around. Probably we'll do that with a guest, if I'm being honest. That seems like a fun guest conversation.
Yeah. We just also got to make sure that, he's had sex. Or she's had sex. Like, we got to make sure of that. Got to ask them that right before.
Oh, no.
Like,
we don't want
have you nutted in a girl before?
We don't want a fucking 40-year-old virgin situation. And basically, we're just doing it from the back, and she fucking...
Yeah.
She actually yells... She yells, "Who could possibly be gay enough for this dick?" She yells literally, "Who could possibly be gay enough to not want this fucking dick?" And naturally, upon hearing that, I exploded with the force of 1,000 elder gods. And I literally had to rip myself out of her and fuck. That was actually there was literally more. There was literally more than average too, and me and her fucking did it very regularly, so yeah. If you ever want to make a man nut, tell him that Tell him that, like...
Tell
him that you have, like, an interest in women, but that she's not gay enough to resist your cock. That's the best way to a man's semen. So anyway, Dennis, you were saying...
No, David. Like, we're not moving on from that. Not yet, at least, because I just want to say, like,
fuck.
No. No. Like, I just also want to say, like, you know, what your statement's true.
Yeah.
I think, like, it's one thing, I guess, if a dude hears, like, it's like, oh my god, like, you know, from a girl, like, oh my god, I love your cock, like, you know, it's so great.
It's already titillizing enough, you know.
Yeah, but then it's just like, now you're bringing in people that would not be interested in me into the equation. And it's like, oh!
Sacre bleu!
I don't know, something about that is just...
You're a real
like...
Double D Experience fan if you got that reference.
God, do you think, like, French people, like, right before they nut, just go, like, sacre bleu?
I thought you were about to say French people upon hearing that podcast. They were like, this is an outrage!
That's a German accent.
I tried to. It sounded a little German. It came out that way. I'm not very good with I don't know how to do a French accent.
You sound like every American who tries to do a specific European accent, and it just ends up being a German accent, anyways.
Moi.
Guten Tag.
Hey, I do a pretty good German accent. Guten Tag, you know. Guten Tag, yeah. See, it's perfect. It's perfect. It sounds German.
David, can I tell you, like, a little...
The South shall rise again, man.
Let me tell you a story. I've been on 2 channels on Discord, right?
Yes.
And I got kicked off of both of them. I got banned, essentially, from both of them.
Of course you did.
And I remember for one of them...
Oh my fuck. God, you big boy.
I ate a lot before, but I got kicked off of one because when I was like, whenever I go on there, like, you know, Discord general chats, like, for any channel, it's just kind of like I always just feel bored, and I just type whatever the fuck I want because, like, I really don't care. And I literally remember one time, like, you know, everyone was just kind of like, you know, talking amongst themselves, and I literally write, and I put it in bold letters too, like.
No.
Guten Tag, my N-words, and literally an hour later, I you know, like how usually the channels are on your left side?
Yeah.
That one blinked out, and I was just like, oh, I guess I'm banned. And like, and the thing was, it was actually one of those channels that were trying to get it was trying to help you, like, find, like, a GPU, and I was just like, I'm not even mad, like. I don't even give a fuck. Like, and there was also one other channel that I got banned from, and it was because you remember what everyone remembers Ray William Johnson.
Yes.
There was a clip of him where he literally ignites a lightsaber, and right before, as he's about to bring it down, he literally screams out like, "Damn!" and he just brings it down. And then I got banned for, like, after 5 minutes, like, and that was on their meme channel.
because you played that clip.
Yeah, because I put it on their meme channel, and I got banned for it.
Oh, God.
I laughed my ass off when I found out, because I literally went to go take a piss, and I came back, and I saw the channel had blinked out, and I was like, oh, this is what being banned feels like. And I don't know why, but it was just like, online shit like that, it's like, you know, it's one thing if I was hurting someone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, if I was literally saying, like, oh, you're an N-word, fuck you, like, you know, like, yeah, of course, that's another thing entirely. But, like, you know, this also just tells me, like, people online used to have such thicker skin, in my opinion. Like, like, we said some heinous shit during the Xbox Live days.
You fucking beat me to it, and that's why I'm a stupid person for even interrupting you to say it.
Like,
Modern Warfare 2 lobbies, baby.
Modern Warfare 2, Halo, Gears of War.
Those things made me feel oppressed, and I'm not even black. Like, fuck, is this what this feels like?
Is this what having my mom being fucked by another person feels like?
Like, dude, I can hear her. She's on the other end of the line. Through the shitty-ass fucking headset. Dude, no, but real talk though, there were some fucking insane trolls and racist motherfuckers on those
worse
things,
than
bro.
now. That's the thing. Like
Way worse than now.
Like my shit that I put up on those 2 channels that I got banned for was like basically kindergarten shit compared to like some of the stuff that you and I have at least heard. Like whether it be through YouTube or literally online. Like I've heard people go off on Overwatch, and I'm like,
oh, dude.
Yeah, like especially competitive. Like I hear how like tilted some people get like over on that game, and it's also the reason why I don't play competitive no more. Like on that game, because it's such like. I mean, I get it. Like it is competitive. It's gonna be like high intensity. Like when it comes to the whole game. Like I get that, but it's like it's also the reason why like when I play games, like I usually do it to fucking relax.
Yeah.
I'm not here, like, especially, like, you know, like when I was working before, and when I was working at Amazon, and I came back, like, after a shift and shit, and I just wanted to play a game, like, I'm pretty sure this could go for everybody, that I'm pretty sure the last thing you want to hear is another guy screaming at you from across whatever the fuck country he's from, or wherever the fuck he's from, through your headphones, right after you just got out of work, and depending on what industry you work at, God forbid if you're working in the food industry, you deal with Karens and piece of shit people all fucking day. And you come back home and you want a game and then you fucking hear someone cursing you out. It's like, fuck it. Like, I'm not going to play like anything that, like, League of Legends, Overwatch, anything that's like so competitively like kind of spirited. Like, fuck it. Like, I'm not going to play that shit. Like, I'm playing games so that I don't go fucking insane. And for a lot of people, video games is like almost their crutch, I'd assume. Like, and for a lot of people, it's also their version of what our parents, how they watch TV. Because it's like, you know, whenever our folks come back home from work and whatever, like the first thing they want to do is probably just watch TV. For my parents, it's looking at their phones, and because like they just kind of watch YouTube off of there and everything. Right. We literally have a TV in my fucking living room, and we don't even use it. Right. We haven't turned that shit on in fucking forever, and it's just like, whenever my parents come home, it's just them two chilling on the couches, looking at their phones, watching YouTube. That's like their new television. For me, it's like, you know, I play games and whatever the fuck else I want to do on my computer. And everyone's kind of have their own unique avenue of like stress relief after work. Cause like, you know, work, depending on what it is, can be stressful. Or you could jerk it, yeah.
I jerk it. That's like, I have no shame to admit that. I do that frame one when I get home.
I jerk it recreationally.
I do. Real talk.
I know. That's the thing.
I'd probably masturbate too much if I'm being honest, but continue.
Hey, that means when you do get it in, like in an actual girl, like you'll actually.
I know how you. Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, and like I was also gonna like just say like it's, like I don't know, like competitive games for me, it's like I used to kind of be into that whole, I guess, sort of thing, like playing like, you know, real like not high stakes, but like, you know, real competitive shooters like Call of Duty and even like Halo, like, and even then, you know, fast forward to now, like, you know, I used to play a lot of those games, but like now it's like I'd rather just boot up GTA and run over people. like no cap, like I don't like playing those games unless it's like with friends, I guess, but even then it's like when you lose, it's the most demoralizing thing ever. Like, especially if it's a real close-ass game. Yeah. Like, I've had Overwatch games that I've played with friends where we literally, after we lost, we just said, yeah, I'm done. And everyone else just said, yeah, we're done. And then we just logged off because, like, it was just like, fuck it.
I'm in the same boat, bro. Like, when it comes to Smash, I'm the same way. I realized after years of it that I'm just not built for competition. I already don't want to go back to Smash tournaments for a lot of reasons. I mean, one, I feel like the community has not cleaned up enough and is still not honest with itself about what it is. Two, I don't want to see my ex-girlfriend. I'm not ready for that yet. Three, I don't want to compete anymore because I don't want to spend the money on it, because I spent so much fucking money on that. When I didn't have income, I traveled so much in 2019 to go to tournaments and stuff, and holy fuck. I spent like all my Nintendo ambassador money on that shit, pretty much. And, I mean, I made it all back from, you know, other works over the years, but like still, it's, pretty It's something else, man. Like and that and the fact that like I don't want to spend that kind of money and dedicate that kind of time for a game I don't care to improve at. You know, I naturally got good at Smash and was naturally good at Smash for so long, but I got to the point where like the only people I'm not memeing here when I say this. Pretty much the only people I was ever losing to when I went to tournaments were the ranked players, like the power ranked players, like the top 15 players in the state were like the only people I ever started losing to.
And you were still maining Mario, right?
Yes, sir. And I just wanted to like. I knew if I wanted to break that threshold, I would have had to, for pretty much the second time in my life, started taking the game seriously. You know, sit down, lab it out, you know, watch VODs, take notes and stuff, and play the game for like 6 hours a day like some of these other kids do.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I don't want to fucking do that. I don't want to do that. That sounds really tedious. I'm an adult. I don't have the time for that shit anymore. Like
You're not a young man either.
I even heard it on a podcast today on the Glentendo podcast. Like my friends are like 27 and 25, and I'm almost 25. That is considered ancient in the fucking Smash community at this point, dude. So like, it's not even that. I could, if I took the game seriously, I know I could be like better at it. I could be great. Maybe not, definitely not like a top player or whatnot. I mean, it's something that would take a lot of dedication, have different opportunities and stuff, sell your soul for pretty much. And I just don't want to do that. I know that's not my calling in life. I know esports isn't even really my calling in life, but I do Smash commentary because I love it. And to continue on with another quick story about your point before, and like, you know, you just want to go home after work, play games, you know, like people are being mad annoying to me. This 12-year-old kid keeps screaming about, you know, my mom's penis because he doesn't know that fucking he doesn't know that genitals are like different on different like, you know, genders yet. So, and same thing happened with a friend of mine who I was friends with, you know, before the pandemic and whatnot, and he literally kept kicking us out of Discord calls because he owned the Discord server that we were all like playing Smash with. Whenever any of us said anything he didn't like, he just removed us from the call. And then like we'd come back in. He did it as a joke. Like he wasn't like serious about it. It's just like I'm the king. I'm the greatest, like that, like not as in like a genuine, like I fucking hate you kind of way. Like
I was gonna call him a girl. Like
no, he's more of a troll. He's more of a troll than you are. Real fucking shit. Like he trolls him like his everyday life, and it was funny as fuck for a pretty long time. But at the 50th time, it wasn't funny anymore.
It got old,
and he just kept fucking doing it. Like, I would get home, like, from work, and, like, I had no fucking prospects in my life. I got dumped before the pandemic. I have no prospects or anything. Like, there's no fucking, like, you know, vaccine for this virus yet. I just want to relax and play games with my boys since I can't fucking see them in person.
Yeah. And
he just kept doing that shit. And I genuinely asked him to stop, and he straight up told me that just makes me want to do it more. I'm like, dude.
It's like, well, you're a
like, not even that. He started fucking doing it, right? It got really bad. He started fucking doing it when I was playing games with other people. I was just
that's just fucked up.
I was just playing zombies with my boy, right? And he doesn't even join the call. Doesn't even join the call. I'm playing a co-op game of zombies with my boy. We're approaching like round 50. Like we're communicating with each other. It's important for that game. And then he just keeps cutting us from the call and moving us to different like calls in the server repeatedly over and over to the point where it fucked us up. We went down and we lost. And like that's when we even like straight up said like, okay, that's fucking enough is enough. And we made our own server and stuff, and like we invited literally everybody who was in that server, including him. And everybody's like, oh, why are we making another Smash double server? And I just wrote like, guess why we're making another one. They were all like, lol. And he was actually really pissed about it and like wouldn't accept the invitation into that server, and still hasn't to this day, because he thought like me and some of the other people who were annoyed by it were being a baby. And it's like, please just understand. It was when you do. Listen, I have a comedy podcast. I've done some writing in my time. I've known my way around a joke. I'm no professional, but I've done some things. I know some golden rules. Like, you gotta not be afraid to make fun of yourself.
Yeah.
If you tell the same joke 50 fucking times in a row, it's not funny anymore.
Yeah,
it's just
beating
how it works.
a dead horse, it can only be so fucking entertaining.
I swear to God, it was like a power thing for him. And like, so Haziel, if you're listening to this, I miss you. I can't wait to see you outside of tournaments. Not just because I miss you, but also so you can't do that shit anymore. And also, fuck you. Just, like, both of those things together, man. Like, honestly, like, it was funny as fuck at first, but then it just got so tedious. It started bothering, like, pretty much everybody who was in there. I mean, not everybody. Some people, like, didn't care, but everybody that I talked to had a problem with it. So, I just... It was like, whatever. So, I did correlate that to you saying, like, I just want to go home. Fucking, like, you just play the game. It's, have shit like that happen. It's so... annoying.
And again, like, it's like stress relief, like for everybody comes through different avenues. Like some people drink alcohol, smoke pot, and some people just straight up play video games. And for me, in my case, it's like, and I think for a lot of people who like use games as like their avenue for like escapism to kind of like just insulate themselves and like kind of just not think about whatever the fuck is going on out there. And
You're
like,
all otaku weebs. Touch grass.
Or look at the sun with your own eyes and don't look away.
Smell a boob.
Especially if the girl has been running for a while. Just smell that titty sweat.
Get that sweat in there. Under boob sweat, bro. Fuck.
Dude, it's the most tastiest thing ever. Believe it or not.
I can almost taste it.
Anyway.
Boy, this sponge flavored icicle is tasty. And it's I literally fucked that joke.
No, it's okay. You got it.
I don't remember what
wow,
the
this
fuck you said.
underboob. Wow, this underboob pop sure hits the spot.
I love how he said it like not as S-P-O-T, it's S-P-A-W-T.
Splat! Splat!
Believe it or not, today, I did some social interaction. And I don't do that too often because usually, like, basically, guys, for today's story with Dennis.
Ooh, it was a David story time, and now it's a Dennis story time.
It's not as interesting as David's, but at the same time, it's like, it kind of made me think a little bit.
Does it involve more dismemberment?
No, but it involves mayonnaise. And yes, it is an instrument.
What was that
Squidward.
fucking thing you said 2 podcasts ago? Oh, fuck. Oh, you made some SpongeBob joke, like, is lube an instrument or something? Like, you took something sexual about it, and, like, it was fucking funny as fuck.
It's gone sexual.
Gone sexual.
Gone sexual.
How long before we start putting that in the titles? Continue with your story, my friend.
We may as well just put it on everything. It's like Bo Jiden comes back from Air Force One gone sexual.
Bo Jiden delivers a presidential address gone sexual.
Gone sexual.
Oh, once again, bro. Fucking, like, only real Double D Experience fans know. That's a fucking super old joke.
Even though this podcast is only 21 episodes, like, old right now.
Yeah.
It's still pretty young.
And there have been people who've been with us since day one, so.
Thank you all for that.
God bless you all.
So going to my story. So basically, guys, the premise of this story is that I had to go and get my registration basically back up again for my car. Yeah. And clearly, as you could tell from the premise, it is nowhere near as interesting as David's story about his wedding. But you're going to bear through it because you've made it through 21 episodes of dumbass retards like us talking about dumb shit for an hour and a half. Woo! So you're going to sit through this as well, fuckers. Anyways, literally
the X button at the top of your browser has been disabled.
Alt F4 has been disabled.
They just can't fucking turn it off.
it's like HAL 8000 is just kind of telling them, like, no, you can't leave. Why would you leave? Stay and hear this shit fucking story.
The Double D Experience is amazing.
I ain't even got to the story yet. Fuck. Basically, in summary, I had to go to 3 motherfucking DMVs, and I didn't even get my registration back up because basically, a while back, I had my registration done. I had to basically, it got suspended, so I had to give in my plates because I wasn't driving my car anymore, and plus I wasn't paying insurance and all that anymore because I took it off of it because it was just too expensive and like I wasn't really making. Well, I was making money like through unemployment, but like I literally didn't want to just keep paying it off even though I'm not driving it, so I just figured like fuck it, like whatever. I'll take it off of it to save myself some change. And so recently I was gonna bring it back on again, and so I took many lifts going to and from like DMVs, and for about 5 out of 6 of them I didn't talk at all. And for me personally, whenever I'm in a Lyft, I don't want to talk to the driver. And if you guys are an Uber or a Lyft driver, 9 times out of 10, I don't want to talk to you. And it's not because like I think you smell, I think you like or I got racist thoughts against you. It's like not even that at all. Like I just don't want to talk. Like I prefer silence. And usually I have my headphones on anyway, so it's like that already will tell you like I am not in the mood for a conversation. Mm-hmm. And don't try to start one. But for one of these drivers that I was with, we like talked through the whole fucking trip, and it made me realize it's like the few people that I have talked to like during Uber and Lyft rides, a lot of times if I've had like a mixed bag, like some of them were real boring conversations, and it was just kind of like the driver talking about his life and how much he low-key hates his life. Like I've met some real, I guess not negative, but like
my high school bus driver was like that.
Like I've met a few drivers where like they just like, I guess, go around saying like, oh, I hate my life, like, you know, shit like this, and like, you know, I'm like I'm driving here.
Here's the doctor's note.
Here's the pills.
Like a random fucking Lyft passenger. He just goes up to you.
And I'm just like sitting in the back, like just like looking around, like, is anyone seeing? Like, I mean, I'm the only one in the fucking car, but it's just kind of like,
can you take me to the can you take me to the Bloomfield DMV, please? Here's the gun. Here's the doctor's note. Just fucking do it. What the fuck? You're gonna fucking put this on me?
It's like,
I don't even know you.
I would just be like, you know, hey, Frank, I'm just trying to get to the DMV, bro. Like, you know, like, I'm not out here trying to kill people.
The music career didn't work out for you, huh?
Yeah, like, you know, like I lost my fingers during a I was gonna say ski boarding. What the fuck? Oh my god, my brain is all over the place. I lost my fingers during a snowboarding accident, and it ruined my guitar career forever.
Tragic.
It's like tragic, and he just like won't shut the fuck up about it for about like 30 minutes, and I'm just kind of like, you know, I'm really thinking about tucking and rolling on an actual highway, on Route 80 no less. Like fuck it, let's roll the dice. Like, let's see what happens. Like I've had times.
Oh look, I think this part of The Sopranos was filmed here.
Like some people just. Like, if you are like a taxi driver, an Uber driver, or a Lyft driver, anyone that kind of works within that like that sort of transportation industry, look, if you have a passenger that after, because like I always say like hello, like always like, or ask for their name, like, oh, like Jessica, it's like, oh yeah, Dennis. Bless me. And then after that, like that's the end of the conversation. I don't see nothing else after that. But it's like, that's how like I feel as if it should be. Like if they want to talk, fine, let them talk. But if they don't, like shut the fuck up. Like don't say anything. Like especially if they look like they don't want to talk to nobody. I've had times when I got into Ubers and shit that like I had that face of like I don't want to talk to nobody. And I clearly have it on me. But they still talk to me. And it angers the fuck out of me because, like, if I wanted to talk, I'd talk to you. Like,
yeah,
you know?
It's like it's a boring fucking job, so I understand, but, like,
yeah.
Small talk.
Like, forcing people.
Please bring about the second pandemic so I don't have to do this. Rain down upon us a new plague.
I guess it definitely is the
That's a joke, please, God, no. Do not take that seriously.
Bring the third and fourth, God. Let's do it. Let's go. No,
all at the same time.
It's like they just repeat one after another each week. It's like the second wave, the third wave, the fourth wave. Holy shit, it just never ends.
It's like the fucking Andromeda strain.
Come again?
That's like the Andromeda strain. It's a movie. It's a virus movie. Very scary virus movie. It's about a virus that has like no DNA that travels really, really fast that either instantly kills you, like you drop the second like the virus passes you, or it makes you insane.
Was this made into a major motion picture?
It was a major motion picture about 10 or so years ago, and that major motion picture was a remake of a much older movie. So yeah. It's got that Mexican dude from that who was like the sort of like protagonist degenerate kid from
Degenerate kid.
No, seriously, what was that movie about, like, you know, the math, like how do I reach these kids, Stand and Deliver, right?
Oh yeah.
He was like the main like degenerate kid from there. Mm-hmm. He was the star of that movie. And I don't remember. I haven't seen that movie. I don't remember his name. Shut up. All I remember him as degenerate kid. Yeah, I think that. Enrique. I think. Oh, I thought you were being serious. No, because I remember it being something with an E. Hold on a second. I'm gonna hold up. Stand and Deliver cast. Oh no, I got it wrong. I was thinking of another actor. It was Lou Diamond Phillips.
Wasn't he the same guy? He played the guy who sang that song from Los Lobos.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah,
that's the one. The guy from
right?
like the same dude. Yeah.
I actually unironically like that song though, but I don't listen to it.
No, I love that song. Yeah. That shit bucks. That was a great fucking song. Yeah, that's the guy. He was the star of that movie. He was in the remake of the Andromeda Strain, and
gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. So we were talking about that.
It also seems as if he's played Native American characters. That's racist, Hollywood.
How dare you get a Native American guy to play a Native American?
Well, I mean, he was actually born in the Philippines.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know what their mindset would be. It's like, well, he's dark-ish. He looks like one of them. Yeah, you're an Indian now.
What I will say, you're an Indian. You're dark enough. Real talk. What they'll never be able to do again to talk about Pride Month for a minute. And if I were ever to go through with my script, I would want the same thing to happen. There's definitely never going to be another movie where there will not be an outrage where if they cast like a trans character who isn't actually trans. Like if you got like another fucking Jared Leto up in there. Or like, you know, from like that AIDS movie with Matthew McConaughey. And what?
The AIDS movie. Was that with also Tom Hanks?
No, it was Matthew McConaughey and Jared Leto.
Oh, that was just with them. Oh, fuck. Okay.
Yeah, no, Tom Hanks was in
I didn't
that
know
movie.
That. I don't know.
Tom Hanks got actual AIDS.
IRL?
No.
I was like, what the fuck? Like,
no.
Like, wow, that's news to me.
No, he did not. Freddie Mercury did though, and he was gay, not bisexual, as if I remember correctly. I don't know why some people like say he's bi, but even though he had that thing with that girl, but that ended because he realized he was gay.
I love dick and asshole.
That happens in relationships, by the way, sometimes. It's a horrible fucking feeling, I'll tell you that much. But yeah, they'll definitely never be able to be a trans. Definitely like a non-trans actor to play a trans character anymore. Like I feel like people really want that authenticity. People will try to do it. They'll probably just get like fucking Scarlett Johansson again or some shit, like, and just put her in like every fucking movie because like if there's a female character, it has to be played by Scarlett Jo. There are no other actresses in Hollywood. That's what I would do personally. I mean, Pride Month. I mean, fuck, I'm all the stupid brands and shit. But I had a friend today. He came out as pansexual. Pansexual today. You know, it's I want to say it's low-key surprising, but it's always not when these things come around. Be like when another Pride Month rolls around, because I swear to God, I think what goes through like a lot of like LGBTQ plus people's heads, like young people, they're like, oh fuck, I'll do it next Pride Month. Like I'll have the courage then, and then another year goes by, and like they'll still hesitate because they're still so anxious as to what their family might think or what their friends might think or anything like that. And as the world becomes more acceptant, it's more tolerant. Or at least the Western world. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And so I would have never guessed him in a million years, but that's because I never think or care about that kind of stuff. The only time that shit ever hit me hard was when I found out, you know, this girl that I was interested in was bi because she had been with a guy for God knows how long, and only hit me when she told me she had feelings for like this woman. I was like, what? Okay, like that's just like when it's just like, okay, it's just I didn't know you swung that way. Went out of left field. I have my own experiences with that. I'm a man. I'm as straight as an arrow, but like sometimes life is like Wanted, like Curve the Bullet. Yeah. I'm just playing, but yeah. What were we talking about? You were saying that were you done with the DMV story? I forget. I think you were.
Right? Well, I mean, I basically summarized it.
Okay.
It's not even that good of a story, but like what I was kind of realizing, especially within those Uber rides, I like went off on a big ass tangent, but like,
oh yeah,
like the one guy that I was talking with, like it sort of hit me that it really does depend, even if you are introverted and like, how introverts usually are just kind of portrayed as like, we don't really want to talk to anybody, like in like social settings, like scare us. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, it doesn't scare me really per se. Like I could play the part, like at a party or whatever, like I'm a socialize. Yeah. But it just tires me the fuck out. Like after a couple hours and personally for me, like I don't drink that often, but when I do, it does help me kind of keep going with the conversation. But even that shit kind of wears off after a while. And when I get like, I've never gotten like blackout drunk or anything, but whenever alcohol does start to hit me and like it does kind of get me a little tipsy, I get sleepy. Like I get real fucking tired, and it just makes me want to like either go back to my hotel, call an Uber or go home, or literally just. Or one time I actually just straight up like went outside with like and got some fresh air.
Yeah,
because I felt as if like I was just like I have to like get some air, because like how like clubs are, like they always just it's hot, sweaty, and fucking loud.
Yeah, I did the same thing at this wedding I was at the other night, just for a difference in alone time, because I was drinking beer, and beer. It's
a man's drink.
It's a man's drink. A man. This bottle is the size of my cock, like that. It's,
girth and length, ladies.
It even it gets a little smaller towards the end, and like curves just like that. No.
Oh, do you have like a banana dick?
Yeah, exactly. Why I wouldn't be Cuban if I didn't?
It's true.
Well, I mean, it's the sandwich. Whatever. I don't know. It has a banana in it sometimes.
I've never seen a sandwich that curves, David. But all right, you must be eating some really fancy ass sandwiches.
Well, I've never seen a bullet curve either until I saw Wanted. So there you go.
That is the movie that.
Yeah, it's a movie about a guy's life that sucks, and then Angelina Jolie comes in and is like, "Hey, here's how you curve a bullet. Also, here's my pussy," and that's the movie. That's literally that fucking movie. Not even kidding.
Would you fuck Angelina Jolie now?
Yeah.
Really?
Probably. Actually, I don't know. I don't know what she looks like now. But point is, like, to continue on before we get onto that.
She don't look that good now.
I don't know what she looks like now. She doesn't act as often anymore. Anyway,
she old.
Beer does that to me.
Like grandma.
For me, it depends on the alcohol, because beer makes me sleepy because it goes right to your stomach. Like getting drunk off beer feels like shit. Like because like you're just groggy and like moving around. It's not fun. I never been blackout drunk either myself. I've never been a big drinker. Wine.
Okay, how does wine hit you?
Wine, Dennis.
How does that hit you?
Wine fucks me up. I'm a jolly drunk. Wine makes me very jolly and weird and joyful around. Like, hello,
my baby. Hello, my honey.
Hello, my
ragtime. Start pulling out the show tunes out of your ass.
It literally just puts me in a fucking good ass mood. And like I'm like, that's what wine does. Hard liquor, I don't drink, as I said. Hard liquor would probably hit me even harder, and I'd probably like just start like getting fucking loose on the floor and shit. That's probably like how hard liquor would hit me. But beer, beer just makes you sleepy and fucks you up because like it's slower and it just goes right to your stomach. So it depends on the alcohol, which is why people like usually when they're trying to get drunk, they drink hard liquor because it's way easier to get drunk off that shit because it's less drink, more alcohol, more powerful. It's easier in that way. Whereas alcohol, you're drinking literally a more physical amount of liquid, a bigger mass of liquid, so it hits your stomach harder. That's how it go.
That's how it go.
That's how it go. How it do. How it be. But yeah,
have you tried having wine with certain foods as well?
Oh yeah, I love pairing
red wine with.
Yeah, you are.
My boy's a classy motherfucker.
You get a kiss for that one.
There you go.
What do you usually pair it with? Some red meat, right?
Oh,
Some
hell
good
yeah.
red meat.
Hell yeah. That's the one. The filet mignon. The New York strip. The,
some T-bone.
Some little T-bone. T-bone's not my favorite, but I'll eat it anyway. I love T-bones. I don't care.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
I mean, but it's right off the bone, like the end of the meat.
Yeah,
That's where it's best. But then the rest of it is like, yeah, I'm here too.
Could even like.
I'm
suck
also
on the marrow,
tasty.
too. Like,
oh, my father does that. Everyone in my family thinks that's gross.
Yeah. But hey, you gotta get that flavor. It's the same with like fucking chicken bones. I do the same thing with that. Even though I usually prefer boneless to begin with, but like, you know, sometimes like you gotta like, you know, not let anything go to waste. Especially chicken bones.
Boneless.
You can actually Yo, can I get that pizza boneless?
Fuck you mean, B? Anyway, let me get that pizza boneless.
Pizza don't got bone on it.
The fuck did I just say then?
I have a friend, he was quoting that for a while, and every time he said it made me just stop everything and just start laughing.
It was one of the best fucking memes of that year, bro. It was
what year was it?
Perfect. 2018, I think.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
I think it was 2018. Dickhead! Name one way a damn pizza can be boneless.
If it don't got bone on it, it's boneless.
Son, what school did you go to? I seriously don't know what the
Problem is, dog, just make my shit boneless. Dead ass. I'm dead ass not making this pizza.
Oh, fuck, that video was incredible.
I gotta watch that again.
Yeah, we definitely gotta peep that out. Angelina Jolie, I don't know what she looks like now. She was hot as fuck back in the day. I won't lie.
I know. Yeah. Everyone here knows it. Yeah. I still prefer Jessica Alba than Angelina Jolie, though. Personally, for me, just because Jessica Alba looks as if she's like eternally young for some reason.
Yeah,
I've seen pictures of her now, and it's like, do you not age, bitch? Like, and even Jennifer Aniston too.
I was just about to, you got me. You beat me to it. I was just about to say Jennifer Aniston. She only got fucking hotter as she aged.
You saw the pictures of the Friends reunion shit, right?
I saw the pictures. I didn't watch the Friends reunion yet, but I saw it. Yeah, no, she's fucking sexy as hell.
Yeah. Like everyone else aged pretty
Courtney Cox had really bad plastic surgery. She's just fucking ugly now. Like, straight up. She's just, like, not attractive. Lisa Kudrow, I think, is still beautiful. She aged exactly like how I thought she would, if I'm being honest.
Would you say she's, like, milfy a little bit?
A little bit, but not...
attractively milfy.
I'd say attractively milfy, but not as nearly on the same level as Aniston. And I think Kudrow was hotter when she was younger. Definitely.
Aniston still looks as if she could pass off as like a 30-year-old. That's the thing.
I disagree with that completely. She definitely looks way older than 30, but she's hot as fuck.
I think, like, at least the pictures, though. Like, maybe in real life, like, if we saw her in real life, like, we'd probably be like, oh, okay. But everyone knows those pictures are basically, like, you know, a little doctored and also photoshopped a bit to make them look even extra nicer.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that. So, like, if anything, yeah, like, they do make her look good, but it's like, when you see her, like, through, I guess, like, through video and shit, like, and even when we saw her in movies, like, she looks like the mom next door, you know? Like, the one who she knows is hot, and she don't care who the fuck knows it. Like, she walks around in her backyard, and you catch glimpses of her every now and then. She's literally walking around in her backyard straight up naked.
Stop! I wish I had I wished I had a MILF next door that was single. I wish I was in that life instead of just my normal neighbors that I've known since I was a kid because this is my parents' house.
Everyone beware if you're David's neighbor and if you're hot.
If you're a man, you have nothing to worry about, though. Really though, bro, Salma fucking Hayek, dude. I would beg that woman to just please. I don't know you, but I'm begging you, please get on my dick. I implore you.
She is.
And then go ahead.
Oh yeah, like. Sorry for putting a bit of an emergency break on your fantasy there, but like, see, it's almost Salma Hayek too. Like she's getting to that age too. Like,
she got the titty.
Yeah, she's always had the titty. You know what I mean? And we got like I I call her Joe. I was gonna say Joe Blow again.
Bo Judden.
J Lo.
Now he's doable.
Because he ain't gonna move.
Bo Judden. give me some of that liberal ass.
So like has a stroke as you're fucking him.
Probably.
Your dick probably will give him the stroke.
What if I wanted Kamala herself to be the president, and I'm just like, I'm killing Bo Jiden in a way that is so indirect, like, you know, one of those like books like 5 people who died during sex. I literally just fucked him to death, like we're in prison. Like, what can they say? They'll be like, Bo Jiden had an affair and he died during the affair. That's not murder. What are they gonna do? They're gonna charge me? They can't do shit.
You know, also something too with that in that whole scenario. Like, you know how back in the day, like if a president came out as gay, it would have been like a basically life-ending scandal for that guy. It's like if they found out that he was gay in 2021, it'd be like everyone would be coming out of their fucking woodwork and just being like, "No, it's fine. It doesn't matter. He's gay. We should accept him." And I mean, yeah, of course, across the board, yeah, sure, of course. But it's just like, you know, like the fuck. Like, I'd just be more surprised that we would have a out of the closet president. Like, I think that day is probably gonna happen one day, and like I'm pretty sure like it's gonna be rough.
President, yeah.
It's gonna be rough for that guy, for damn sure. Like everyone's gonna be saying every fucking insult by the book. But here's the thing: there is no people out there that have thicker skin than gay guys. Like nothing seems to get to them, or at least it looks as if nothing gets to them. Like gay guys are like what I guess hetero dudes are, but just with like extra layers on it, because their whole sort of like life is kind of different to like what a hetero guy's life would be like, obviously. And like I know a couple of not personally, but like I know at least a couple of gay acquaintances that like they literally cut people out of their life cold turkey because they didn't accept them for who they were. And it's not exactly the easiest thing to just kind of do that, you know?
Yeah.
Cutting off people that you've known for a while, but like, you know, it's a double reason to
tell you first fucking hand, not easy.
Yeah,
not easy. I mean, I've never cut somebody out of my life for being gay, but like, I've
ew, you're gay.
I've cut people. I mean, not directly, but I've cut people out of my life. You know, like, you know, mainly exes that I know I still can't see, and even though you want them in your life, because that shit fucking hurts so bad. So, how homophobic do you have to be to remove someone from your life for the sole reason that you don't like that their sexuality is like that? It's like, shit. Why? Ugh. That's such a fucking fucked up, horrible reason, man. Yeah. Like, literally, the Catholic Church, the worst thing they could have possibly fucking done for themselves is knuckled fucking down on hating gay people. They just shot themselves in the foot by doing that. I feel like it's a big reason why a lot of people stir away from that religion now, among other things. Right? Like,
or religion in general, really. There's really not too many out there. Like, at least the you know, the chosen people and all them, like, you know, people of the desert, those kind of religions. Like, they don't really have a love for gays. Like, Islam, Judaism, or Christianity, like, they don't really, like, across the board, like gays too much. I don't think there's really a major religion out there that really, like, endorses gays. Mm-hmm. Period.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a shame, because it's like, you know, especially if you're Catholic, it's like, they'll still fucking donate money. So it's like, what the fuck? Like, at the end of the day, the Catholic Church is a business. So it's like, if the guy's gonna pay, just like, who gives a fuck? Who gives a shit? Like, why? Because like your God like thing says like, you know, oh, like he's gonna burn in hell. It's like, how the like that's the thing too. Like all the like theses that all these like religious types like have made about like gays and stuff. Like that's not from God. That's from shit that you wrote.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that's shit you thought of.
If you believe your God makes people the way that they are, then why is them being who they are bad? Explain that to me. Is that his discomfort? Is that God's discomfort, or is that yours? Because it fucking sounds like it's yours. It sounds like some projection back then. Yeah.
Sounds like some projection.
Maybe
you know what I mean?
Felt really bad that they fucked a little boy and want to just deny that they were gay, among other things. So, and then all of a sudden, homosexuality is bad. Just saying. That's why it's being a gay Christian would be another thing that would be fucking
that's rough
wild.
Too.
And the reason I say that is because like that's what that whole dance in Always Sunny was about. Yeah, you remember like the season finale of like season 13 of Always Sunny, where like Mac does that dance with that woman when he's coming out to his dad. That I believe,
no,
like,
I don't remember.
There's like
I
this
don't
whole like
remember.
dance, and it's like a very serious scene actually, like and
Okay.
like beautifully like cinematographed or cinematographied. That's both not words, but you know what I mean.
Shot well.
Beautifully shot. Thank you. Where like he dances with he's dancing with this woman and stuff, and like the whole dance is about like him trying to accept himself as a gay person and as a gay Christian specifically,
Yeah.
because like it's like his faith is like battling with his sexuality because of the fact that people say like, you know, you can't be Christian and be gay and all that stuff because because Christianity doesn't like gay people and shit. Like that's what like, you know, I've read about it being dissected as, and like watching it, I guess it makes sense. I was never one to interpret dance literally how it was intended. I mean, it's an art like anything else, you know, like you interpret it in your own ways. All I got about it was that it was him coming out to his dad and whatnot, and like just trying to like, you know, be accepted among other things, and like feeling that anxiety of like, you know, just not being accepted literally just for who you are, for something you can't fucking change. It's like, Jesus, I can't imagine that struggle. Which is why if I see anybody like talking about like, oh, why isn't there a straight Pride Month? That's every month of the year, you fucking little incel bitch.
Yeah.
Cuck. Like, fuck you, man.
I mean, plus, like,
Like,
we already got, like, the month anyways where we're celebrating all the sexuals. Which is this
all the
month.
sexuals.
All the sexuals.
All the
Like,
gone
it's like-
sexuals.
It's like, don't think you're not included, but it's just like, you're not going to get your own thing either. And it's like, I don't even want to fucking my own thing either. Like, I don't think a lot of black people care too much about Black History Month. Like, I think a lot of people in general don't really give two fucks about, like, oh, this month is about us. It's like, you're not getting anything out of it other than, like, Google putting up their occasional, you know, like how Google makes like their custom homepages, like thing for certain events and holidays and all that shit, like stuff like that, like a pandering crap. I mean, truthfully speaking, it's like you don't really need a month to dedicate for causes and shit. Truthfully, in my opinion, because
I can't speak on that as a
the reason why I say it is because like it's just corporate, like it's just like corrupted by corporations like so hard now.
Well, then why do we need Christmas? Because you can argue Christmas is the same thing. It's gone that way, but it started out as like a religious holiday. You know what I mean? It's just capitalism trying to get its greedy little paws on fucking everything. It's not everything, but it's pretty bad with shit like Pride Month and stuff, and like Black History Month.
Because that's
and
new.
stuff.
That's the thing. Like that's new though.
Yeah.
Like that's very recent. Christmas has always been fucking like kind of I guess corporatized to the point where like, you know, we just bombard it to us like as soon as it's November 1st, everything is fucking Christmas mode.
If you touch your fucking dick on November 1st, oh,
You're going to get a lump of coal in your stocking.
destroy Dick December. No, dude, I never take that shit seriously. No, not November.
No.
Fuck that shit. That's really bad for you. That's really
Yeah,
bad
to blue
for
ball,
you if
to
you're a
blue
guy.
ball yourself like up till what the fuck is it? Past basically December 1st, right?
Pretty much, yeah. And like
Yeah.
till December 1st. You know, they literally say, scientists say that a guy should nut like 6 times a day.
I do it at least 4, so I guess I'm doing something right.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I think that's a little much personally, but like, you know what I mean? Like when
Yeah.
you know, in the caveman days where you just walk up and fuck like animals and shit, like that was normal. That's why
You
guys like
unga
still
the
have
boongad.
that. You unga to the bunga. Literally and metaphorically.
With a
yes.
club in hand, you're like,
Just knock her out in the back of the head like gong. Ooga, 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 chaka, ooga, ooga, ooga,
Some
chaka.
some fucking Flintstones sound effects, like, donk, like when you fucking hit the girl.
Yeah, it's a living.
Yeah.
Fred. Hey, Fred, you wanna fuck Betty? Can I fuck Mama? Oh, you good? I don't know why I was gonna sound like.
I wanna do a wife swap.
I wanna fuck you, Fred, with your wife watching.
Well, ma, are you into that? Oh, fuck me, man.
Betty was 10 times hotter than fucking Wilma.
Agreed.
Like,
Agreed. Dude, that's a guy who
fuck.
I love redheads. All right, I'm saying that as
How
a
did-
guy who loves redheads, but no, Betty was where it's at.
How did a dumb fuck like Barney bag a girl like Betty? Yo, his caveman stick must be fucking huge. Like, it just still blows my fucking mind.
Oh,
that,
what the fuck?
Like she was a baddie.
You know, that does contrast
In
with Fred
Bedrock.
very well, because you saw a lot of the shit that Fred, like, did in his life and was insecure about. He definitely was rocking, like, a fucking pebble. Like, straight up, he definitely had, like, no flint. He definitely did not have a Flintstone, bro. That was a Flint Pebble, you know what I'm saying?
So he just basically named his daughter after his dick.
Oh, fuck, no! Oh, the meta! Oh, no, Denise! Oh, fuck, I think we just solved the Flintstones.
Yeah, but, you know, everyone knows, like, Betty's a fucking bad bitch. Wilma is like that real...
Hey, Freddy, can I watch my wife do yours?
Can I watch our wives go at it? Come on, Fred.
I know you want to watch the game. I know you want to watch the game and all, but you can record it on the Rock VR.
Be a pal, Fred.
Be a pal, Fred. I'm so horny.
Let me cuck you in front of your wife.
Oh, let's go, Barney.
I think Barney truthfully, he probably. I'd love to think that he's just pretending to be an idiot
the whole time. Oh,
yeah, I love to
God.
think that he's just like playing everyone for fools. Like he's actually wickedly smart, but like he just gets a kick out of thinking like everyone thinks that he's an idiot.
As soon as Betty leaves the house, like, all right, I'm going grocery shopping. Bye. Oh, I'll see you later, Betty. Door shuts. He like puts like a robe on. Starts like smoking a pipe. Puts the TV on. It's like,
And now an evening with Mozart.
he's reading like a giant novel to the right of him.
Oh, he's like a Don. He's like the Don of Bedrock. He's just like, I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
I got Flintstone working an extra shift today. I need him out of his house.
I was literally banging 2 cocktail waitresses 2 at a time. I prevented players from getting drinks to their tables. I am Don. What did Barney even have a fucking last name?
Rubble. Barney Rubble.
I am Don Rubble. You come to me on the day of my son's wedding.
I've got the head of the 5 families here. We got Fred from Flintstone, Barney from Rubble, we got Chad from Charcoal, we got Robert from Red Rock, and finally,
It's just Dino.
and finally we got Gary from the Gravel family.
And then that fucking dinosaur no one knows who the name of is.
Dino? The dinosaur's name was Dino.
No, but everyone just keeps forgetting his name because he's just so unimportant.
Oh.
It's like, yeah, it's that Fred. What the fuck? Like, what was his name? It's like, you own him. He's Dano.
I don't know. Wilma's the one who wanted her. I can't do a. That's an accent I don't need to learn. Wasn't that Jackie Gleason, right? Jackie Gleason who voiced Fred Flintstone? Yeah, like I
believe so.
I need to hear that voice again if I ever want to even make an attempt at mimicking it, let alone impersonating it. I would have to practice that. I'm a taxpayer. He says stuff like that. But Fred Flintstone always bragged in that show multiple times about being a taxpayer. Very conservative man. Whenever somebody came to his house to try to like tell him some bullshit, you're being rock audited or whatever, or like late on your taxes. He's like, I'm a taxpayer. What the fuck?
It's like everyone's just like outside of the show. It's like, okay, Fred, we get it. Like, you pay your taxes. All right, we get it. Like, we understand. Or Barney was like, Fred, you gotta calm down. It's like, no, look, fucking Barney, you don't understand. I pay my taxes. It's like, okay, Freddy.
okay, Freddy, I get it.
I'm gonna fuck Wilma.
Normally, Betty's the one in the house who does the she takes care of the finances. You know,
she also rides me like a dinosaur. You know what I mean, Fred?
You fucking see her. I mean, it's a sight to behold, Freddy. And
she really takes me around the rock. You know what I mean, Fred?
Oh yeah. He actually did have a little bit of a raspy voice. He sounded like a little New Yorkie,
yeah.
But more like raspy than anything else. That was Fred Flintstone.
He definitely sounded as if he smoked some cigars.
I think Fred does
smoke some cigars. I think.
Probably. Yeah, it was an old cartoon. You know, they didn't care.
Yeah.
They let
Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah, they let that shit get away with stuff like that. It was okay back then because you know people were like, cigarettes are good for you and stuff. You know, like so. No, I think so. Yeah, it was Fred Flintstone was like, at the same time, he was like a little bit of an everyman, but he was one of the first really dumbass like TV American dads. He was like one of the OG ones for that. Like when like animated television or animated like slightly adult television was sort of new and stuff. Like the dads on those shows are always so fucking stupid.
And then they got an even dumber fuck in Barney Rubble.
Exactly.
to be his I guess would he be his foil?
His sidekick, sort of, basically.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a good way. Like, how do I, an idiot, make myself look smart? Hang out with a guy like Barney Rubble. I'll look like a genius by comparison. You know?
It's true. And, it's also the same if you want to make yourself look taller. Be friends with a short person.
Flintstones? Oh, fucking Nine Granddad. You remember that shit?
No. Wait.
The Granddad! Have you never seen that before?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, dude, you know Silva Gunner?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you never heard of him. I could have sworn you would have known that.
Silva...
Do you know Gilva Sunner?
What?
Alright, Gilva Sunner is like, he was a YouTuber, right? And he just posted pretty much the straight OSTs of like Nintendo games and stuff. That's what he did.
Oh, okay.
He was one of the first people to really do that, or the most popular people to do that. And then what happened is that there's a legitimate Russian bootleg of the fucking Flintstones game for the NES. It's called Seven Granddad. And it has Fred Flintstone's body with Mario's face pasted on the top. It's a legitimate Russian bootleg that people made of that game. It's supposed to be like a bootleg Mario game, but it's just the fucking Flintstones for like no reason. And so what Silva Gunner is that he still operates today, still like runs his channel. He takes like soundtracks from the video games, right? It'll be like, oh, Kirby Dreamland theme, and it'll just be like look like a normal like OST upload video.
Yeah.
But it'll just be like the fucking Flintstones theme song. Like mixed in. And now that meme is sort of expanded. There's like a lore to it or something. I don't know too much about it. Now he just does it with anything. Like there was one that just like crossed over like the lethal the shifting or what is it, the Chili Snowman Land or whatever from Mario 64 and mixed it in with Frosty the Snowman, and it's like Frosty the Snowman but played with like it's like Frosty the Snowman but played with like the chipset of like Mario 64. Like that's the stuff that his channel does basically, and he posts like regularly. It's like high quality video game rips, quote unquote. It's a whole joke channel based off that. So he calls himself Silva Gunner to be like the Russian bootleg of the Gilva Sunner channel. That's where that meme comes. That's where that meme comes from, and that's why it correlates with like the Flintstones.
That's clever.
Yeah, very very funny stuff.
Very clever.
Yeah, man. Whew. Fred would definitely support gay rights. He would be very very hesitant at first, and he would get talked into it at the end of the episode. That's what would happen. I feel like that would be legitimately what that episode would be.
I also feel as if like Barney, the dumb fuck that he is, like he would be the one to somehow convince like Fred, not his wife. Barney, the dumb fuck that he is, would convince Fred that, Fred, it's okay if gays get married. It's fine. Who cares?
I don't know why you got a problem with it. Let him do it.
Yeah, you let me sodomize you one day. It's fine.
You were really drunk.
Yeah, you were kind of into it. I don't know.
Barney Rubble,
literally, our wives were cheering us on too. It's like, yeah, it's fine. It was a crazy 4th of July, Fred.
Mountain Freddy. Real talk though. I had a friend who came out today as pansexual. You are loved and appreciated just as you were before, and you're very brave for coming out and doing that. I know you were scared of what your family would have thought or your friends, but we're always here for you. We're always here for you, man. So kudos to you. We love you so much. I won't say your name for obvious reasons. I mean, I know I just came out with it, so you want people to care, but I don't want to say people's names on my podcast unless I really, really, really want to fucking roast them.
Congratulations, unknown person. You are now able to fuck anything virtually, literally anything that moves, and not be judged for it.
Amen to that.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Yeah.
You're actually just a little bit more disgusting than bisexuals. But if anything, though, it's like, no, not disgusting in that way. It's just also like, it's like literally everything.
No, it's disgusting if he fucks like 7 people at a time. That's gross. I mean, but that's gross if you're straight. I mean, is it though? No, not for him.
No. Not even for anybody.
Yeah.
But it's also just like, he gets a free pass because He literally told everyone I could fuck anything that moves.
He said he knew it like since he was like a kid too, and like specifically pansexual, not even bi. And that's interesting. Like to just not even see gender. That's a very interesting thing, you know. Like it really makes you think about like the spectrum of that. Fuck, there's so much I could actually say about that I'm actually pretty passionate about when it comes to people thinking sexuality is completely fluid, that you can choose it and shit. I could rant about that for a long time and stuff, that it's not genetic and stuff, and that it's on like the spectrum. I've had my own thoughts about that. Same with the whole notion of people like thinking like two women kissing is so hot, or people saying, oh, all adult women are bisexual, blah blah blah. I mean, when it comes to like the LGBT spectrum, statistically, like the most people on the LGBT spectrum are actually bisexual women when it comes to adults, which should not be. Shut the fuck up, Switch. I have like an alarm going off. Which should not be surprising to anyone, really. I mean, women are just way more liberal with their sexuality than men are. You know, like they just, if they kiss a girl, they'll be like, alright, I wasn't into that, but I'm not like scarred. Whereas if like two guys kiss, it's like,
because we have stakes.
Oh god! What? Like that, you know, like it's
like, well, we have steaks though. That's the thing.
Steaks.
Like, yeah, we got steaks. We
got normally paired with like a
prime
red
rib.
wine.
Yeah, we got prime rib. We got filet mignon. I remember someone said
mignon.
filet mignon.
Mignon.
Prime rib, filet mignon. We got T-bone. We got Texas style steak. I don't know. Like I usually just eat like two types of steak, and that's all I know. But like for us, it's like we get shitted on for that. That's the thing. We get called, you know, you can censor this out. We get called from others for that type of shit. And like, just at least traditionally speaking, for women, it was kind of like, you know, you kissed a woman, who gives a fuck? But it's like, if we kissed a guy, it's like, we literally will never live that down forever.
I feel like that's more complicated than people say it is, because I feel like that has to do with evolution and guys being like, you know, attracted to that, and the whole notion that the female body is beautiful, you know, and that like that's like a normal thing to be attracted to, I guess, among other things. Like, you know, like maybe the cultures used to be like way even more misogynistic than they are now, and they had women doing that stuff anyway, and maybe that sort of developed in that. I think it's a lot more complicated than people look. And you know, sometimes when they're really young or they're drunk, like straight women will just make out for a guy's attention. That has been one thing that I think some psychologists have said on like blogs and shit. I don't know. It's way too late in the episode to get into this discussion. Let's actually real talk. Let's rain check this one for next week, because next week is still Pride.
Okay.
Next week is still part of Pride Month, and I'm not gonna lie, I've actually wanted to have that conversation about sexuality for a pretty long time on this podcast, and then we'll start memeing about shit again. Because we've been talking about a lot of serious stuff on this show for like the last couple of weeks, and we started the show to dick around. And we haven't done too and it may be Pride Month, but we haven't done too much dicking. But that's gonna change.
Yeah, that is true. David,
but that's gonna change. Right, it's Pride Month. Time to have a sword fight.
Speaking of sword fights, David, I'm gonna actually go to the bathroom. I need to piss.
Okay,
so
I'm gonna plug Rise real quick, and then we'll just start doing our conclusion. Ladies and gentlemen, delicious. Delicious Rise Cold Brew. The Rise Nitro Brewing Company sponsors this podcast and me, directly me, indirectly the podcast. You know how it is. The Rise Nitro Brewing Company is a brewing company based out of Connecticut that specializes in organic nitrogenated cold brew coffee. You heard that right. It comes in a variety of flavors: original black, the vanilla oat milk latte, which is brand new, oat milk mocha, which is my personal favorite, oat milk latte, which goes well in a lot of drinks, alcoholic, non-alcoholic smoothies and stuff like that. All that good stuff up there, and even an Earl Grey tea mixed with oat milk latte in the London Fog flavor. You can check all of that out over the Rise Brewing Co. link that you'll find down below. And not only just the organic coffee, they also make organic oat milk as well. That's right, an original vanilla and chocolate flavor. Goes great in your cereal, goes great in like for frothing and frothing machines for coffee. If you're a barista it up, as well as just drinking it straight. I drink that stuff straight quite a lot. The original is probably one of my favorite drinks pretty much ever. So you can get both of these at a discounted price using the special referral link right there down below in the description using discount code Nintoonist. That is discount code Nintoonist, Nintoonist. You put that into the link right there. You put that into the discount code with the using specifically the special link, and it'll only work with the special link. And not only will you get 10% off of your order, but a proceed of that sale will go directly to supporting the Double D experience. So
and to my ass.
And to Dennis's ass, which which one particular can of Rise Cold Brew will be going up right and soon. If he keeps
called
bucking
David's
up.
cock.
It really is Pride Month, huh? Well, Fred, you know, I've been hiding some feelings for you for a really long time, you know.
I have to show my support for the alphabet people. You know what I mean? Like
the fucking alphabet people, dude. Jesus Christ.
Is that insulting? Though?
No, it's funny.
That's not even my joke either. That's
no, I know it's not.
It's from Dave Chappelle.
The alphabet people. We're an hour 40 at this point. We are done. You can go ahead and find us on. I'll let Dennis plug the socials. He knows how to do it.
It's like, yeah, we don't got Facebook because Facebook is not kosher. We don't like it here. We do like Instagram, Twitter, your mother, your sister. And also for our other podcasts, you can go and find us on Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast. Fuck you and all your podcasts. Yeah, you I don't know why. I like literally
probably on that one too.
Every time I have a brain fart, I always just want to curse. Like it's just my first instinct.
Yeah,
it's like,
same.
Fuck. It's like motherfucker.
Because we can do that here. Because this is us. This is our show. This is us. On NBC.
If I ever was like an actor on a show, like and like we're like filming, and like I fuck up a line and be like, it's like, and why don't you? Oh, fuck, cut, like, and it's just like, Dennis, this is the 72nd fucking take. It's been 3 hours. You've been struggling with this one motherfucking line. Get your shit together. I'm gonna kick your fucking ass. If the director was like that much of like, I don't know, like a Joan Bone like kind of guy.
I mean, after 72 takes, I'm pretty sure some patient people would become a Joan Bone pretty quick.
Yeah, that's true. I would too.
We're done though. Happy Pride Month. Don't fucking. All right, listen, like, it's Pride Month, not brand month, all right? Don't think, like, you're, like, supporting anything great because you, like, bought into, like, a fucking brand. Like, you bought a new keyboard that's suddenly rainbow all of a sudden because, like, Logitech said it was, or whatever fucking brand. These people don't
keyboard's rainbow.
People don't give a shit about you. Twitch, when they inevitably do their video, they don't give a fucking shit about you. For your friendly reminder that, you know, they ignored every single... If you listen to last week's episode, which we'll plug at the end of this one for sure, definitely take a listen to that one if you want to hear about the recent ongoings with Twitch.tv. Remember that they didn't do anything or respond to anybody about, like, the hot tub streamer questions or situations that mad people in the community were asking until literally the day after advertisers started pulling their ads from those streams. They don't give a fuck about you. Just remember that. And Pride Month is pretty much the same thing. Take solace in your friends and your family. Be brave, like all people coming out, be brave. Be brave on that front for sure if you can. And if you're not ready yet, that's okay. You know, the time will come and the sun will shine on you one day. I promise.
Yes, and then a mighty rainbow will be pointing right down at you.
Probably out of your ass.
There's too many fucking letters for you people. Like,
there's a lot, bro.
It was just LGBTQ, and then now it's like 50 other fucking letters are coming out of the woodworks.
It actually is. That's why there's plus. Well,
and that's lazy.
It's gonna take up a whole fucking tweet if they don't do that.
Oh, you alphabet people are fucking lazy. No, it's like you could take it in the ass, but you can't write out a whole fucking
okay. We're done, folks. Thank you. Subscribe to the podcast. Like us, give us good reviews on Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff. Stay tuned for next week.
Yeah, like, comment, and subscribe, guys.
Yeah.
And,
next week we will actually have a guest on our show this time around. We'll be having Remy, who we've been promising to have on the podcast for a while, but this time it's legit with super duper swearsies. Probably, most likely, maybe.
And if David breaks his promise, I will break his toes.
I refuse this offer.
You can't refuse this offer.
It's made of
I'm
rocks.
Barney Rubble.
All right, lights off.